Blessed day, guys, and peace be upon you this morning. So in this video, we're going to learn how to configure a layer 3 Etherchannel using PGP, LACP protocol, and on modes. Okay, so you can see this simple diagram that I've just drew. So you can see this simple diagram that I drew. We want to configure a layer 3 Etherchannel on these three interfaces, this one and on this one. And you can see my comments here: LACP, the group number, the modes, IP address to be assigned there, PGP, I mean the group, the protocol, group number, mode, and the IP address. Same applies to this one. Okay. All right. So guys, I'll open on Google spreadsheet. I'll let you know that today we're doing layer 3 Etherchannel so that you can mark number 1 done. Okay. All right. So basically, I've already highlighted steps that we're going to follow to achieve these objectives. So my first step is always to draw the necessary topology, decorate, and comment. And we're being told here, make sure to choose 3650 layer 3 switch, 3650, right? All right. So that's done. If you didn't draw this diagram, kindly do so. I didn't make any configuration, but just make sure that you draw it and achieve consistency in the interfaces, such that the first 6 interfaces are connected to the switches. Okay, first 6, 1 2 3 4 5 6, so the switches. Okay. All right. Then power on the multi-layer switches. Very, very important. So how to power on the multi-layer switches? Suppose you're using 3650, just click on the switch and drag the AC power supply. So we do it very, very fast to save time, because it's very, very simple to power on the multi-layer switches. Okay. All right. So that's done. That's done. So we go back to the third step: connect cables and enable IP routing on the both multi-layer switches. So guys, I've done connecting the cables, and what's now remaining is to enable IP routing on the multi-layer switches. This is very, very important because we want them to act like a router and a switch. So we need to enable routing. So just click on the multi-layer switches and just say no here, no, and enable config T, and enable how to enable IP routing. Just say IP routing. That's all. And you do the same to the 2 also. So I do it very, very fast, save time. Okay guys, so that's done. So let's go to the second step: identify and configure layer 3 interfaces to be used. Use no switch port command to turn them into layer 3 interfaces. So guys, we want to make these layer 3 interfaces because we want to assign them IP addresses. So by default they are switch ports, so we need to make them layer 3 interfaces. Okay, so we need to identify them. I did it consistency. For example, this was gig 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, and 106. So from gig 1 to 106 on this switch to be layer 3 interfaces. So it's very, very simple. Just go here and say interface range gig 1/0/126. Okay, and I just say no switch port. That's all, and I turn them up like that. I exit, and I do the same to the 2 switches. I go here, and this interface range gig 1/0/126, so no switch port. Turn them layer 3 interfaces. Okay, all right. I made it consistency. 101, 101, 102, 103, until 106. So come here also. So interface range gig 1/0/126, no switch port. So all of these interfaces are already layer 3 interfaces. All of these switch ports are already layer 3 interfaces, so we can assign IP addresses to those interfaces. That's why we use no switch port command to turn them to layer 3 interfaces. Okay, so configure Etherchannel using PGP, LACP, and home mode to the desired ports. Okay, so that's just a command. You can see the command is here. Here is LACP, PGP, and home mode. Okay, all right. So number 7, firstly, enter the interface range and create a group number. It should be group number and mode. Then assign IP address to the port channel. Very, very simple. So in this case, I'm going to start with this switch here because it is this switch that has group number 1 and group number 2. This one has group number 1 and 3. This one has group number 2 and 3. So let's start with the one that has 1 and 2. Okay. All right. So when I click on that switch, we need to identify interfaces to configure LACP here. Okay, I want to configure for group 1 first, LACP, right? So this is Gigo 1 to Gigo 3. It was consistent. Okay, Gigo 1 to Gigo 3. Yeah. So I'm just going to enter exit interface range gig 10/1 to 3. Okay, then we assign it LACP. We just say channel group 1, group number 1. Okay, mode to be, let's let the mode to be active here, so the here down will be passive. Okay, mode to be active. Okay, and we hit enter. Right, we exit. Then there was a point that say assign IP address to the port channel. Remember, we've created a port channel here. You can see here, port channel, creating a port channel interface, port channel number 1. Okay, so we're just going to say interface port channel 1. Then we assign it IP address to be this network here. The network is 192.168.1.1, then 255.255.255.0, and we hit enter, and we can just say no shut. Okay, exit, and we are done for LACP. Okay, channel group number 1. So let's go to channel group number 2 here, which took an interface of gig 104, 105 until 106. It was consistent. So interface range 104 to 106, 104 to 106. Okay, and you hit enter, and you give this one to be PGP. Remember, this was LACP. LACP always mode is always active passive, but for PGP it's always desirable hot. Okay, so you can just say channel group number 2. Okay, channel group number 2, mode to be let's say desirable, and we hit enter. We exit, and we enter this port channel number 2. So interface port channel number 2. We assign the IP address of this one. Okay, 192.168.2.1 255.255.255.0. exit, and do it. So we've done configuring either channel on this switch. Okay, all right, so let's move to this switch to configure group number 1 and group number 3. All right, okay, so when I come here, you enter the range. So this one is for gig 101 to gig 103. Okay, to be in LACP. So just say interface range gig 1/0/1 to 3. Okay, just say channel group 1 is this group. Okay, this one, group number 1, mode to be passive now because hub was active. So just say passive, and you hit enter. Okay, then you enter this interface port channel number 1. Exit, exit, interface port channel number 1, and you assign it IP address to be 1.2 because here the hub here to 1.1. Okay, so here must take 1.2. Okay, so IP address to be 192.168.1.2. 255.255.255.0 and exit. So we are done with LACP on this side. So let's do this channel group number 3 between this switch and this switch. So I do it and I say interface range gig 1/0/4 to 6. I believe this is from 4 to 6. Yes. Okay. Then you say channel group number 3. Okay, number 3 here. Okay, all right. So channel group number 3 mode to be on, and you hit enter, and then we exit and we say interface port channel number 3, the one that was created here. Okay, port channel number 3, we set IP address to be 192.168.3.1255.255.255.0. okay, you can see here it was 3 dot something. Okay, all right. So let's go to this switch to configure channel group number 2 and 3. So from 1 to 3 should be group number 2. Okay, all right. So exit. So interface range 1 to 3, it's this switch. Yes, 1 to 3, sorry, 1 to 3 channel group number channel group number 2. Yes, channel group number 2 here. So channel group number 2 mode to be this auto, because the other, you can remember this was desirable. Okay, so just go here and say channel group number 2 mode auto. Okay, then you exit. So interface port channel number 2. Okay, IP address 192.168.2.2, because here was 2.1. okay, all right. So 2.2 255.255.255.0. okay, all right. So let's do for channel group number 3. So we just go here and say interface range 4 to 6 now. 4 to 6 channel group number 3, channel group number 3 mode to be on, and you hit enter. Okay, exit. So interface port channel 3 IP address be 192.168.3.2 255.255.255.0 and hit enter, exit, and do right. Okay, so I can see either channel has not been formed on these interfaces. So what I'll just do, I'll just say do reload in all the switches. So just say do reload. Okay, so as we wait for these interfaces to turn green, I'll just check on the next step, which is to display the Etherchannel parameters on the switches. I've just realized that Packet Tracer normally has a lot of problem, but this is the right way to do layer 3 Etherchannel. So just say do show Etherchannel port channel, and you hit enter. You will see that we had we configured these interfaces. For example, it was from or just say do show Etherchannel. Okay, all right. So you can see we had group 1 and group 2 on the first switch. You can see it's a group state is layer 3 Etherchannel, And how many ports were aggregated? 3. Okay. Even if you come here and just say do show Etherchannel, sorry, you will see that we had group 1 and group 3. Layer 3 Etherchannel, and how many ports were used? 3 ports. So it's a problem with the packet tracer. That's why I like to use GNS3 on these complicated labs. There are things that packet tracer normally don't respond well to them. Okay, and I believe layer 3 Etherchannel configuration is one of them. Okay. So basically, I think that video is really helping you now to configure a layer 3 Etherchannel. So I'll mark that one is done, so that tomorrow we move to connecting different network, and as we move down. Okay, so thank you so much, guys. Please subscribe to my channel, like our video, drop a comment below, and share with a friend. Bye, and see you again in the next class.